and pose, I see 2 photographs.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. My name is Madhuri Mishra. I am a student at the Yogaguru Institute, doing a 500 hours teacher training course and also pursuing MA in yoga. Welcome to this session being conducted by the Yoga Research Study Circle, which is a part of the Women Health Research Foundation, also called as WHRF. Our study circle is a team that helps yoga professionals publish their research and get their work recognized. We invite achievers from different fields every Sunday to share their experiences and inspire others. Today we have with us Anuja Sehgal, who is an accomplished leader in the field of human resources, entrepreneurship, and is a trainopreneur with over 20 years in business excellence and corporate management. She has worked for companies in diverse fields, both nationally and internationally. Her key areas of expertise include HR strategy, talent and employee management, organization development, and labor laws. She's a master's in public administration from IGNOU, an alumnus of XLRI, a certified trainer from Indian Society of Training and Development, an MBA HR from Maharishi Institute of Management, and BCom honors from Kamala Nehru College, Delhi University. Anuja has designed and implemented various training programs focused around business management for college students, and also taught related courses in colleges of Delhi University and in the NCR region. She has received multiple accolades and leadership excellence awards for her contribution in the development of human resources at various organizations. Her research papers have received the best paper credit at national and international conferences and are also published in prestigious journals. The topic of her talk today is developing centered leadership for driving extraordinary results. She will be sharing some of the ways to develop effective leadership skills to get to our goals. Over to you, Anuja. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Madhur. So, thank you, Madhuri, for a lovely introduction. And I'm really grateful to the Yogaguru Institute for inviting me for this session on centered leadership for extraordinary results. And I have tried to develop it keeping in mind the needs of the Yogaguru Institute, as well as the needs of the individual development that is needed within individuals to develop this centered leadership for extraordinary results. As you all know, before I go on to the actual version of what is centered leadership, I would first like to introduce you to different kinds of leaderships. So, touching on a few leadership styles, first I'll talk about the transactional leadership style, which is basically majorly focused on rewards and recognition and exchange for a mutual reward. So this involves goal setting, and the task of leadership is not to put greatness into people, but to bring out the greatness which is already there through goal setting and giving them some reward for their doings. Transformation leadership is, if you want something new, you have to stop doing something old. So make the old practices redundant and look for new innovative practices to bring out change in the society. Autocratic leadership is a boss-centered approach to leadership, where there is a single leadership who has absolute control over the entire
share your screen? Sorry to interrupt you there. Would you like to share your screen if you are presenting?
Sorry. Should I start again?
Yeah, sure.
Can you see the screen now?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I thought it was already shared. So starting, the topic of my discussion today is centered leadership for extraordinary results. And I will be touching on various styles of leadership. And before going on to centered leadership, I would like to bring to the notice of the individuals as to how they can develop themselves into centered leaders to bring out extraordinary results for the benefit of the society and for their professional development as well. I'm a trainerpreneur and business leader, and I have around 20 years of experience. Currently, I am with Noida Management Association and Indian Society of Training and Development, and I'm also a life member for various associations like NHRD, AMA, and so on and so forth. So coming to different styles of leadership, first I'll talk about the transactional leadership. Transactional leadership is concerned more with goal setting and on achieving some kind of results based on the goals. And it is about mutual give and take, where you give some reward and recognition for the activities that you undertake. So the task is of this kind of leadership is to not only put greatness into people, but also to bring out greatness which is already there and not visible. Transformational leadership, as you know, is about wanting to do something new and stopping the traditional practices. It is about innovating for change. Autocratic leadership is a boss-centered leadership where one single leader has absolute control over the entire operation and others just strictly follow his leadership. Charismatic leadership is intangible, and it is an aura that is created about the person, and people just want to follow that person blindly because they are influenced by that person, influenced by the confidence, communication skill, humility, positivity, visionary style. Coaching leadership is about making others feel better as a result of your presence, and also directing them as to how they can do things better. So the ensures more to create impact. Laissez-Faire leadership is delegative leadership. As you know, laissez-faire means let it be. So you do it the way you feel it is right. This kind of delegation is given to the individual by the leader, and the leaders are chosen from among a crowd of talented people. The right person is chosen, and the opportunity is imparted to that individual, and accordingly compensation is allocated, and there is no need to manage such kind of individuals. Bureaucratic leadership is more about, there is no escapism. It is more about rules. So you have to follow a hierarchy of rules and a hierarchy of knowledge, and bureaucratic leaders live by rules, like what happens in government organizations. Everything is bureaucratically run. All the top institutions like ISRO, BARC, they all have certain rules and regulations, and we have to strictly follow by those rules. Democratic leadership, if you know, it is about involving people. It could be involving people in the management, the team members, like Prime Minister Modi. He has more of a democratic leadership. He invites suggestions through his Man Ki Baat sessions. He tells people about what is the reality in India, what needs to be changed, and he invites suggestions, and then he tries to incorporate those suggestions in his leadership. So that is more of a democratic leadership. So now let us come on to what is centered leadership. When I talk about centered leadership, I will be talking about different kind of other aspects that are core to centered leadership, which is action leadership, human centered leadership, reflective leadership. For any kind of leadership, especially when it is centered means you're not only focusing on your personal development, but also on the leadership endeavor, the core leadership endeavor. And this needs appreciative inquiry at all times. Now, what is appreciative inquiry? Appreciative inquiry is a collaborative approach to organization and personal development. And it is highly focused on developing organizations and communities across the world. The focus is more about bringing about change through shared leadership and through learning and development activities, engaging people. Same what our Prime Minister Modi is applying in societal development. So what do we do in this? We define the topic, what we need to work on. We discover what is actually happening, what's already working, and what we need to change. So what is the overall vision? Like the Tatas had a vision to build up Taj hotels, build up Jamshedpur as a beautiful city. So there was a vision. So then what was the next step? To design. What are the options available to make it happen? And then finally, what is the delivery? So it was looking at various aspects through a appreciative lens. Now, appreciative inquiry has these 5 Ds. So clarifying what we need to focus on, appreciating what is best, dreaming what can be made possible, like dreaming of launching something new in the space, right? Designing how it is possible to touch the moon. How can we possibly touch the moon? And what is the delivery? Who all will be involved? Who all will determine the direction and hence create the destiny? So we are looking at what is happening and what is not happening, what is working well and what is not working. In this, we need to discover the problem-solving orientation. We need to find out what was happening in the past, what is the current state, what is wrong, and what is it that we can do to bring about change in the society. What are the possibilities? What is the problem? What is wrong? What is worrying people? What is it that you need to help people with? For example, when we talk about the Yogaguru Institute, we understand the problems in the society. We understand what is it that is troubling people. Is it the corporate behavior that is troubling people? Is it the individuals at home who are not having good family relationships? Is that as a problem that is creating problems in people? So as a result, after understanding the needs of the society, we develop appreciative questions. What is it that can give value? What is it that can give energy? What is it that can work well? And as a result, we develop certain strategies. To develop certain strategies, we need to do a SWOT analysis. Traditionally, we do a strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats in business. This kind of analysis where we understand what are our strengths, what are our weaknesses, what are the opportunities in the environment, and what is it that is threatening us. Appreciative inquiry is looking at what is missing. It is not only looking at what we've got, but aspiring to do things better and focusing on extraordinary results. So problem solving is deficit-based change, and appreciative inquiry is strength-based on innovation. So when Maharishi Mahesh Yogi looked at the problems in the society, he identified what is the felt need, what is the problem, what are the root causes, of certain diseases in the body, what are the solutions to remove these diseases, and what is the action plan, what is the treatment for this. So what did he do? He innovated. He innovated through transcendental meditation and imagining that if the transcendental meditation can be practiced on a routine basis daily for 20 minutes or 30 minutes in the morning and in the evening, then it will give peace of mind to individuals from a stressful society, as well as make them more centered, as well as make them more disease-free. Similarly, what did Art of Living do? What did the Art of Living Guruji, Sri Ravi Shankar do? He created something like the breathing exercises for individuals. So for this, what was needed? A dialogue was needed for the individuals. create happiness. He created happiness programs for individuals where people get knowledge about the programs, they get information about the programs, and they brought people into focus from unknown to known reality. Hence, they constructed something new, they designed something new, and they dreamt of a society which was free of diseases. Hence, they experimented, they modified their ways of doing things, improvise, and hence now I see that Yogaguru Institution is doing wonders in terms of dance yoga, in terms of different laughter yoga, different designs, different techniques. So everybody is trying to do something different. And for that, they have a principle-centered leadership. Principle-centered leadership talks about what is the strategy, business strategy, what is the structure, what are the systems in place, what style needs to be adopted, what kind of people needs to be adopted, in this practice, what skills are needed. And hence teachers training program was introduced. Yoga teachers training program was introduced. So organizational values were aligned with individual values, focusing on interpersonal development, building trust in people through reducing sufferings, empowering teachers, yoga teachers, introducing courses through different ways to people, and so on and so forth. So building a trustworthy relationship. Now let's focus on what is centered leadership. Centered leadership is for leading change. There are 5 dimensions to centered leadership. First, you need preconditions are that you need to have intelligence. You need to tolerate change. Change is omnipresent. So some change, tolerance for change means there will be some disruptions in the society all the time. There will be some misbehavior in corporates or outside in communities which will create problems for people. So there should be other condition should be desire to lead. Desire to lead will be only possible through communication skills. So focusing on your personal context as well as professional context. Here we take about individuals working in corporates. What is their personal behavior and what is the professional skill that they have? So for this, we focus on what is 5 things, that is meaning, managing energy, positive framing, connecting, and engaging. Meaning is we talk about the happiness signature strengths and what is the purpose. Managing energy is talking about resource flows, minimizing any energies, negative energies, and going towards positivity. Positive framing is self-awareness. Connecting is networking, reciprocal exchange, mutual exchange, inclusivity, including people, sponsoring people, and engaging is taking ownership and adaptability, giving voice to the objective, and making a personal impact through resilience, presence, and belonging. Human-centered leadership is very important for Yogaguru Institute and for the individuals who are working towards practicing yoga and reforming the society. How are they doing it? They are doing it in 4 ways: by building trust, by creating a psychologically safe workspace for people, that we can do this for you. If you do these kind of exercises, there will be a smooth change in your body functioning. You will feel better in your way, in your peace of mind and way of practices that you do in the normal routines. Then you need to align the purpose and you need to connect more with the people. You need to grow, develop people through regular coaching and mentoring, and empathize where change is needed. Take corrective action. This is possible only through certain characteristics, through caring, seeing opportunities. If there is something related to improving the behavior of people or improving the cognitive availability, cognitive imaginations of people, cognitive thoughts of people, inspiring people, seeking feedback, trusting people, being thankful, being empathetic, realizing that there is a need, being honest about where the change is required. Some ladies have problems in conceiving. So they are having issues related to pregnancy. So for that, a thought program has come up from Yogaguru Institute that we can do these kind of exercises for women and help them conceive better. Or for obese people, what kind of a slim diet can be followed or exercises can be done. So for this, they have created personalized learning plans. So for every mission, every vision, every core problem in the society, they have developed positive, friendly solutions. They have set goals. They have set cultural understandings, within themselves, and documented what they have achieved, and hence raised expectations among the people by developing information flow among the people that this is what we are achieving through our personalized learning plans. And as shared earlier, quality feedback is being received from the society, and hence as a result, they focus on innovation as a leader based on the quality feedback. So feedback leads to innovation intent. It leads to decision making. It leads to creating formalized structures and processes that from morning to evening, there will be 1 hour continuous classes on yoga every day from Monday to Sunday. And these will be the teachers who will be addressing the different problems. And accordingly, they are trained and creative programs are created. Along with these, different technologies may be involved. And as a result, innovation-related objectives may be measured through different behaviors, through measurement of change in behaviors, variations in the, measuring the variations in the positive variations in the behavior. So to bring about any kind of centered leadership change, there has to be certain drivers, certain passions, certain attributes, certain anchors, certain styles, and certain power. And all these need to drive centered leadership. These are motivations. They create enablement in leaders to lead the change. And different people adopt different roles and different styles to bring about centered leadership change in the society. For this, we need to understand our circle of influence versus our circle of concern. Everything is our circle of concern, that is fine, but we can't influence everybody. We have to look at what is our circle of influence. Which are the societies that we can we target the whole of Noida? Can we target the whole of Delhi? Can we target the whole of India? Currently, what is our circle of influence? We can probably target a few sectors. First, let us focus on a few sectors. That should be our circle of influence. As our circle of influence increases, circle of concerns will reduce as more and more people will come to know about this institute. And as a result, the circle of influence will grow and the circle of concerns will reduce. So for this, proactivity is needed. So for any kind of endeavor, any kind of change that needs to happen nationally or locally, we need to first understand what is our circle of influence. Which people can we target? Should we first influence our neighbors? We create a WhatsApp group. That is our circle of influence in a society. We can't target everybody. We can't change everybody. Slowly we grow, right? So that is what is called the circle of influence. And gradually, this can be done through positive energy. Negative energy reduces circle of influence. So to increase the circle of, increase our circle of influence, we have to move from reactive focus to proactive focus. We have to keep redirecting our energy and time to bring about positive change through positive feedback and through building trust. As you grow your trust in the society, as you grow more and more interpersonal relationships with people through information, through exchange, through involvement, through engagement, interpersonal level will increase. So what is centered leadership? Centered leadership is these 5 dimensions acting in times of risk, like Corona, right? Like in terms of any kind of crisis situation, any kind of trauma, finding meaning in work, leveraging community and connections, connecting people, making people aware of what is needed, converting emotions like stress and fear into opportunity, giving positive assertion and saying, oh no, this is positive, this is possible, we can change, we can convert fear, emotion, stress, emotion into something different, more positive. So shifting the mind frames from negative to positive and maintaining an energy of life change. So there are, it is mostly about practicing self-awareness and choice, tapping into meaning, framing habitual patterns, creating collective relationships, engaging more and more with people and energizing people. Objective is paying attention to needs, appreciating others, valuing others, contributing more to their lives, creating a sense of belonging, giving them more safe psychological and physical safety. So through taking small steps. Now, how can this be done? This can be done through reflective leadership by a concept called Johari window. Johari window concept was developed by Joe Lift and Harry Ingham in 1955. This is a concept that works on interpersonal relationships and processes, and it's a well-known HR concept. This talks about 4 quadrants. The first quadrant is free, open, which is open to unknown to self, known to others. Sari dunya ko pata hai that there is a yoga teacher, right? She practices yoga on a regular basis. This is known to her as well as to those people who she has interacted with. This is an example that I'm giving. Blind spot is not known to self, but known to others. Now, people know that a certain person dances well, right? But in the dance, certain movements are made which make people uncomfortable. So known to others is the person dances well, but certain movements are made which are not known to self. So that is a blind spot. As a result, it is becoming an obstacle in the person's growth. The third quadrant is private person, not known to others, known to self. I know that I make certain wrong movements in my dance because I had an injury. Right? That is known to self, but not known to others. Unknown to self is not known to others, not known to self. This is called the space that needs to be discovered. So blind spot is something which you suppress, which is known to others, not known to self. So what is it? Unless and until we make that person known, give feedback to that person that when you make certain poses, it doesn't look good. That person will not come to know. Right? So the second quadrant is about feedback solicitation. Then that person in the third quadrant gives a self-disclosure. I fell down and I got hurt in this area. That is why I am like this. Unknown area is maybe somebody else observes and says that, okay, this change can be made. A Yogaguru Institute says that this is an unknown area. Now we have discovered this unknown area and this can be improved through certain exercises. That is called the shared discovery area. अब सबको पता चल गया, उसको भी पता चल गया कि ये अब ठीक हो सकता है. So this was the unconscious state of both. This is where coaching is needed. Right? Blind spot is where feedback is needed. Unconscious part is where we are not aware, others are. That is where coaching is needed. And self-disclosure is when that person discloses that this was the problem, that is why I behave like this. And hence, this reflection can help people to intervene and make the change. So this is what is called leadership change. Now, centered leadership is also possible through time management. Time management is required every time. So there is this matrix of urgent and important. What is really highly urgent, highly important is quadrant 1, which is less important, not very urgent, that we can decide when to do. And urgent, not important, urgent hai, not important, we can delegate to somebody else. But urgent and important, we need to do it now. And not important, we can delegate later. We can dump it for the moment. Then there is centered leadership through continued planning. We need to continue planning and involve others, give suggestions, and define our limits, what we are not able to do, where we need to improve, invite questions, invite ideas, and continuously practice this planning process to involve change. So what are the benefits of a self-aware centered leaders? They lead by example, they lean on strengths, they are more resilient, they make better decisions, and they perform under pressure. And for this, they need to develop a mindset for making faster decisions. So this concept can be possible by analyzing what is good and what is bad. By limiting your options. You can't do everything. You can only look at the circle of influence. And listen to your intuition. Think of what rewards you can get. Think of how many people you can reach. But do something. Just do it. Don't let indecision kill you or kill the time. So be action-centered. And action-centered means action on 3 aspects and balance, that is task, team, and individual. They are all interdependent. If there is conflict in task, there will be conflict in team and individual will be affected. So you have to manage all the 3 areas. And all the 3 areas mean managing through definition, planning, controlling, evaluating, motivating, organizing, providing example, looking at past practices, and looking at what can be changed, what practices can be improved to bring about a better change. So for this, you need to establish and make certain standards and policies. Monitor activities, discipline on a regular basis. Look at group goals, look at individual goals. Find the causes of any conflicts or emergence of any conflicts. Motivate team on a regular basis, involve them into activities, raise their morale, establish roles. Role formation is a very good way of motivating team. Assignment of roles is very good. Providing resources is very important. If you don't give resources, people will not be able to perform, right? It would limit their talent as well as limit their energy. Then providing regular feedback is very important because you don't know how much you are achieving unless you get feedback. Feedback leads to change and growth. So for that, continuous communication is important. So what is the core of centered leadership for extraordinary results? That is reflection. Keep reflecting on where you need to personally grow. So look at your personal growth. Look at your daily goal setting activities. Look at your personal productivity. How much productivity were you able to achieve on a regular basis? At the same time, also look at growing others. And that can be only done through coaching, training, dealing with underperformance, dealing with relationship issues, right? Giving them opportunities for team building, delegating activities to them, managing any kind of stress, right? Giving stress relievers, right? And hence, as a result, if you manage and balance all these, you will be able to achieve better results. So results also mean giving hope to people. Hope to yourself? No, there is scope for improvement. There is scope for a better performance next time, right? Giving self-affirmation to yourself. No, I can do better. I can find better pathways. I can find better opportunities. I can build strength through yoga. I can build strength in areas where I'm weak, right? Doing an appreciative inquiry is the base for building hope, right? Converting aspirations into results. Learning about your blind spots, right? Like the example that I gave you. Learning about your disabilities or inabilities. And for this, you need to make powerful conversations, and you have to indulge in powerful conversations with the society. As a Yogaguru Institute, you have to keep engaging in powerful conversations, discovering meanings, what it means to people, what it means to their family, what it means to their work, what it means to their life, and reflecting on what is needed to change in them to bring about relatively extraordinary results. So to bring about extraordinary results, in centered leadership, you need to build certain qualities of influence. And these qualities of influence can be developed only through preparation, and practice. Whether it is yoga, whether it is business, whether it is India, whether it is, any international endeavor, what may it be, whatever is your focus in life, whether it is your personal strength, whether it is your hobby, continuous preparation, and practice is the only way to make a change in yourself, which will inspire and motivate others to greatness. That if she can do it, I can also do it, right? So these are some of the qualities that are needed. 9 qualities. Goal-orientedness. That is building goals every day with different activity plan. 10 activities I will do it in today. Write a diary every day and put 10 activities, 10 goals of the month, 10 goals of the week, and then 10 activities of the day tuned with those activities, tuned with those goals and activities, right? Then be well informed. What is possible and what is not possible? Well informed through newspapers, through journals, read magazines, read articles based on that particular goal. And then prepare. Prepare means prepare for any kind of funds that you need, prepare for any kind of instruments that you need, prepare for any kind of workshops that you need, right? You have to bring preparation into focus and love people, because we all fail. Now, most important thing is we all fail, and we all will fail, repeatedly fail, but we will also learn from that failure, right? Practice greatest integrity means practice honesty in what you do. Be honest to yourself, if not to others. Be honest. मैंने ये किया, क्यों किया, किस लिए किया, और मुझे इससे क्या मिलेगा? Even if I have to protect myself from something, if I do something, make a decision, take a decision, I am doing it for myself. So practice great integrity, but also at the same time, if you take a decision, communicate why you did it. Let the others know that you took this decision because of this. Maybe somebody will give a suggestion which can improve your decision and project you as a great person in the future, because you have taken extraordinary effort to take that kind of decision. Be well-mannered. Be nice to people. Appreciate people. I have seen people do not appreciate others. Everybody is looking for positive appreciation. People misbehave. People criticize. People criticize negatively to harm somebody's individuality or to hurt somebody's ego. Instead, we should do constructive criticism or give constructive feedback, not destructive. We should try and uplift people, right? We all have qualities in ourselves. So look for the good in people. Be well-mannered, be courteous, do not block people on phones. When somebody calls you, take their call or return the call. If you're not able to take the call at that moment, return the call at the same day within 12 hours, 8 hours. You must return and you must hear what that person wanted to say, why that person called. That is very important. And practice great attitude. Many people, coming back to that, well-manneredness, many people nowadays in the community block people. मुझे तो उससे बात ही नहीं करनी है. They break relationship. If you can't maintain relationship, at least don't break relationship. Don't talk, distance yourself, but don't block people. Practice great attitude, reach out to people. That is called great attitude. And perseverance. The last but not the least is perseverance. Continuously persevere. Work hard in any kind of crisis situation, difficult situation. Find ways. Find alternatives. Find options. If this is not working, what is the next thing that I can work on? If that is not working, then what is the next thing that I can work on? Keep yourself busy in this orientation. And believe me, with this kind of extraordinary effort, you will be able to achieve extraordinary results because you are focused. You are centered in your leadership. You are influencing others through your qualities. You are a role model, not only for yourself, but also for others. So with this, I want to thank the audience for inviting me for this session. I hope I have met the purpose. And if there are any questions, you are most welcome to answer those questions to me.
Thank you, Anuja. That was like a new concept that I have come across, centered leadership. So it was really revealing, set of slides that I went through. So I have some questions that I would like to ask. One is, as you mentioned, the comparison of how we can implement centered leadership in yoga. So as in yoga, we learn breath control, we learn how to become aware of our breath. So basically, how do we become self-aware of this new concept called centered leadership? How do we make ourselves aware of that concept?
So you see, there are a lot of distractions in our society, right? Every day, whether at home or in our work life, we are always distracted by some interruptions, right? Some chaos, some neighbor yelled at me, right? And my whole day got disrupted. So through yoga, we can create centeredness in ourselves. We can create centered leadership in ourselves, and we can look at the 5 qualities, 5 dimensions that we work on. Right? 5 dimensions. If you want, I can go back to it and I can show you what are the 5 dimensions. Act in times of risk. Right? Somebody has yelled at you. Move forward. Get away. Find meaning in your work for the day. Right? And leverage community and connections. Share your disruption with others. Don't hold it inside. You have to share it with your connections. Because if you hold it, you are creating emotions of fear inside you, stress inside you. Right? And for that, why you need to share? You need to share to convert that emotion into an opportunity for you to learn as to how to deal with it next time better, and not to allow that person to disrupt your positive energy and make it into a negative energy. That is what is called maintaining the energy in life. Bringing a force of change within yourself from counteracting with such kind of disruptions. That is what is called centered leadership. And if you are able to do this, then believe me, you will be able to find more meaning in your work. You will be able to find more conversions through better results, extraordinary results, right?
Yeah.
This is the only way, this is the best example I think I can give you of centered leadership. This centered leadership can be possible in every situation. Every situation, good or bad.
Yeah. So basically, you're saying that if we follow these 5, we will get to know more about ourselves, and therefore we will be able to apply ourselves better.
Yeah, and we will be able to create habits within ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, we put ourselves in such a frame that we are able to create better relationships with each other.
So that
right. So, and as a result, you will be able to address the 4 quadrants of the Johari window.
Yeah, right.
When you talk to others, when you become transparent with others, people know that these things can disrupt your life. And with their experiences, when you share with their experiences, you learn how to deal with those situations better. So there is a concept called reaction and respond.
Yeah.
You know, how to move away from reactions to responding towards such situations. And when you engage in response management, you are able to create a better transformation and growth for yourselves as well as for others.
So this leads me to the next question, which is like, when we start practicing centered leadership, how do we identify that, these are the changes that I should look for, to know that, this is something that is happening in my life?
Self-awareness is very important. Like in yoga, you always say, listen to your body, isn't it? Most of the time we are not listening to our bodies. We are not listening to ourselves. We are all the time listening to others. And we are giving lowest priority to self-awareness and more priority to others. Self-awareness can only be possible by giving some time to ourselves in the day. And that is possible only through goal setting practice and going back to our goals, how much we have achieved. Like I said, for a week, if you write 10 goals, that this is what I want to do in life, whether it is to sing, whether it is to dance, whether it is to maintain a journal, whatever, whether it is to cook a recipe, whatever it may be. At the end of the week or at the end of the day, you must see how much nobody can achieve 10 goals in a day, but out of those 10 goals, you may be able to achieve only 2 goals, but it will give you a sense of satisfaction. And over a month, you will realize that all that I wanted to do, out of which I am gradually able to achieve a little more every day without even my realization. So that is your self-awareness. That you have to create yourself. For example, if you as a student become aware that you need to bring in more confidence in yourself. So for this, you need to enroll into conferences, national, international conferences, and present on yoga. Do more research in yoga, learn more about. You will realize that as you start enrolling into conferences and writing papers and growing and presenting papers there, you are becoming aware of what others are practicing on and what you are learning. You are becoming self-aware of what you know and what you don't know. And as a result, you realize that even your research is impacting others in a positive way. So you are realizing that you are becoming aware that you are also growing, right? You become aware of your self-growth. So that is something which leads to more energy, positive energy to better transformation. That is centered leadership.
So basically we set goals and then we see how much, what are the changes we are experiencing, and then basically reevaluate, revisit, and then see the shift or the transformation.
Exactly. But we also do it with a group.
Yeah.
What I mean to say is that you not only become aware of yourself, but also you become aware of the people in your circle of influence. You become of their needs as well.
Yeah.
So not only do you grow, but you also grow others along with you. That is centered leadership.
Okay. Okay, so that brings me to the last question of the day. What, according to you, are the best qualities that one should develop, in this form of leadership?
What, according to me, should be the influential qualities for centered leadership, right? So for centered leadership, most important is continuous practice, finding meaning and purpose in life, paying attention to the needs of self as well as the needs of others, creating value. Most important thing is creating value. You should know whether you are creating value for yourself through some meaningful activity, doing meaningful activities, preparing for meaningful activities, making session plans, for example, right, for yoga sessions. How you do a session differently, how you innovate every time, right? How did that innovation impact the quality of your session? Taking feedback, constant feedback, and doing it on a regular basis will bring more identity to you as well as to your organization, right? And this will give you more transformational power to target more groups, to involve more groups. It will lead to a community change. So centered leadership is through you and your group, right? As you move, your group will also increase. Your circle of influence will increase. And when your circle of influence increases, the circle of concern will reduce. Right? So that this is possible only and only through development of a proactive attitude. And these last qualities that I shared with you, that is, being well informed, gather as much information as you can, right? Who you can involve, love people, be nice to people, communicate with people, be courteous, right? And keep persevering. Persevering is good. Whatever be the situation, keep setting goals and targets and see where you are reaching. That is the only way you can grow centered leadership. And this is also a form of meditation. Because when you do this, you grow positivity in yourself. You self-direct, isn't it? You are directing yourself every day. You are moving somewhere. It is like flowing the river into an ocean.
Yes, I mean, I feel that, centered leadership is like perfect for yoga professionals, because all these qualities that you have listed, integrity, communication, being well-mannered, having the right attitude and persevering, all of this is really, really required if you want to, progress in this field. Without that, we may not reach to our goals. So yeah, it's a very great session. Great concept that you have shared with us.
Not only yoga, but also in your personal and professional lives. Wherever you go, I think, it's like disciplining yourself, right? Practice of self-discipline and disciplining others also. So a lot of people I know get motivated by people who are self-disciplined. Isn't it? So that is the focus of this session. I hope I have made an impact.
Yes, definitely. And it was a lovely concept to learn about, and some great takeaways. And thank you for being patient and answering the questions and sharing your experience. It was lovely having you, Anuja.
Thank you so much, Madhu.